What's up, guys? I'm back with another look for y'all. Okay, like as promised, Um, so yeah, it's green as you can tell because I've been feeling inspired by the Emerald City sequence. I'm an actor, singer, dancer, all that great stuff, performer. Let's just say that I'm an artiste. Okay, outside of makeup, and I'm currently in the musical production of The Wiz in Baltimore, Maryland, if anybody's out in that area, with Art Centric. Look it up. Um, but yeah, so I did a poll on my IG, Beat by Lise. I did a poll asking if you guys wanted to see this Emerald City inspired look. It's green. It's giving you various shades of green. It's giving you glitter. I played with glitter today, like loose glitter. I never do that. Okay, so that's how you know I was really feeling the way. So I love the way this look came out. Hope you do as well. If you like it, if you love it, please stick around and keep on watching. All right, hey guys, let's get into it. So my brows are already done. I primed my lids with a very light concealer today because I want these colors to pop. So I'm going in with this Nick Cack palette, I have to say that slowly, of bright but matte colors. And I'm going to start with these two greens, starting with the darker green first. So I'm going in with a blending brush. I'm just going to really make sure I pick up this color here. And I'm going to start by patting it into my outer corner. Very pigmented. I love it. So I'm patting it into my outer corner. That's where I want the most color to show. And then I'm just going to kind of pat it across the center of my eye space here. I have a lot of eye space, so I just want to really just press the color in. I'm not going to blend it out just yet, but I'm just going to press the color in all across the middle portion of my eye, leaving my brow bone free and leaving my lid free. So I'm going to do the same thing on both eyes, just really pressing it in. Now I'm going to pick up a smaller blending brush and pick up this light green, and I'm going to use that to blend out the edges of this darker green. And I'm just going to sweep it up into my brow bone area just so we have a smooth transition. So you can use circular motions or sweeping motions, whichever, or go back and forth between the two like I am here, and just kind of blend those two colors around the edges so you don't have any harsh edges. Same thing on both eyes. There. So now I'm picking up this Trio by Black Radiance, and it has a couple of green shades here. And I'm going to go into the darkest matte green here in this Trio. And I want this to be my outer corner defining color. It wasn't as deep as I had hoped. So I actually found myself having to do a lot more work because that color didn't come across as dark as I wanted. But it did eventually get darker, if you can tell. It's deepening up my crease here. So that's what I wanted it to do. Just wasn't expecting to do that much work. But it's nothing wrong with the shadow. It's just that the color wasn't as dark as I thought it was. So I do the same thing on both eyes. Now I tried to do a cut crease with another product, but that didn't work. So I just ended up picking up this liquid eyeshadow by Avon, actually. And I'm going to use this to cut the crease. And I cut my crease pretty high because I wanted this look to be very dramatic. So I'm cutting the crease with a flat brush that I normally use for like concealers and things like that. I started off using this brush, but eventually I'll just switch over to just using the applicator. There we go, the applicator from the actual liquid eyeshadow. And I'll go back and forth with that and the brush just to smooth it out because sometimes the applicator puts it on a little heavy and a little thick and clumpy in areas. So I just want to smooth it out because I'm using this liquid eyeshadow as a base for something else that you'll see shortly. So I'm just smoothing this out, creating the shape. I don't do many cut creases, so I really took my time on this to make sure that it was giving what I needed it to give, honey. Same thing on both eyes. So this is pretty tricky. So you want to really take your time on this. And on this eye, I created the shape with the actual applicator. And I'm filling it in. This one was a little easier because I knew what I wanted to do by this point. Great. So next, I'm going to go back into that trio and pick up the very bottom shade, which is a deep forest green, and it has like a little shimmer in it. I'm going to use that and press that in with a flat brush on the outer parts of that liquid eyeshadow all the way out to the outer parts of my corner, the corner of my eye. Now that came out way darker than I expected, but I actually ended up liking it. So now I'm just picking up that first brush and just kind of sweeping it across the edges just to smooth things out a little bit. Didn't add anything to it, just picked up the brush. Now I'm going to use eyelash glue. This is clear eyelash glue by Kiss. You can use any clear eyelash glue. This one was easier for me because it has the wand. So I'm just doing some little lines here where I put the liquid eyeshadow. Just doing some lines just to create some tackiness for this glitter that I'm about to use. So I have this silver glitter. Well, it's like white glitter, iridescent reflex in it. Tried to pour some in the cap, but too much came out. So once I get that, pour some in the cap and grab a very small detailed brush here and just tap it into the glitter and just press it on to my eye. Trying to get closer so that you can see it here. It came out really pretty. And you just tap it on until you get the amount that you want. I'm so proud of myself, guys. I never use glitter. And this actually wasn't as hard as I thought, so I might do it more often now. Pressing this glitter on here. Filling in any holes and just, yes. So I was happy with that. I threw on some liquid liner, as you can see. Next, I threw on some lashes. Now it's time for skin for this face. The eyes are done. So we're picking up this matte primer here. I'm just going to squeeze some of that out onto my hand and apply it to my face. You guys know how this goes. Just rubbing it in. I like that primer. Okay, next we're using Maybelline Dream liquid foundation. It's very liquidy, that's why I had to shake it up and squeeze some onto my hand before I'd apply it with my sponge here. And I always like to start on the bottom of my face because that's where I want the most product, because I have like discoloration from acne and things like that down there. So I really want to cover those areas really good first and then blend upwards. I like this foundation because it's really lightweight, very breathable. Have a nice radiance to my skin. So now we're sticking with Maybelline, the Age Rewind Concealer. I'm just going to you have to like twist it up. Really didn't need it, but just wanted some extra coverage. So I picked up this, what is it, Revlon Candid concealer. And this concealer, I believe, is supposed to depuff, actually. It has some ingredients in it that depuffs your under eye, like if you have like puffy under eyes. Don't know how well that works, but I just wanted to use it just to get some extra coverage under my eye and try some different products today. So just adding that to my under eye, then I'm going to let that sit a while I blend out everything else. So I'm going to leave the under eye for a little while, let that warm up to my skin. And I'm actually going to cream contour today. I don't normally do that, but I said, why not? Let's try it today. So today I'm actually going to pick up my Fenty Match Stick and contour. This forehead and cheekbones, and a little at the tops of the sides of my nose as well. So once I found a brush to blend it out with, I'm just going to take this brush and blend out this matchstick. I find that they're easier to blend with a brush rather than a sponge, but I go back and forth between the sponge and the brush. Yeah, his curls popping. Okay. So once I like how that is looking, I pick the sponge back up just to really get that blend going so you can't tell where one product ends and the other begins. Now I picked up a smaller sponge to blend out the corners of my eye. I'm sorry, the corners of my eye. The sides of my nose where I put that contour shade. So now it's time to hit these under eyes. Blending, blending, blending. And I'm going to go back and forth between this and that contour brush. Did not add anything to it. It still has residue from the product. So this is my same CoverGirl powder that I always use. And I'm just going to press this in everywhere where I put concealer. Yo, this eye is everything to me, you guys. Love it. Now I'm going to pick up my bronzer, and this is CoverGirl as well, Queen Collection, and I'm going to set that cream contour. So anything that's cream or liquid, guys, you always want to set it with powder, a powder product over it. So I'm setting my cream contour with a powder product now. It's also bringing some warmth back to my face, creating some shadows and some dimension, because we're not all one shade. You know, nobody is all one shade. So you want to bring back those natural shadows and highlights that are already in your skin. We're just perfecting them, you know. Now I'm picking up this, I believe it's by LA Color. It's a neon green crayon. And I'm just sweeping this. It's very creamy. So I'm just running this in my bottom waterline as a base for the eyeshadow that I'm about to press in to that area. From the same trio, now I'm picking up the lighter green with my horrible nails. Small little brush here, and I'm just going to press that in on top of this lighter green. Pretty much done with the face, guys. So after this, at some point, I believe I put on mascara. Oh, I think that's the very last thing. Blush time, yes. LA Girl, same palette that I normally go to for blush. Very pigmented pinks. Pressing those in with my contour brush, and then I pick up my face brush just to diffuse it a little. And I'm picking up the brown shade in that same palette. just to kind of contour my nose a little. And we're sweeping off that powder off my nose finally. Spray time. Time to set my face. So I believe this is by Garnier. Yes, rose mist water. And we're highlighting with Wet n Wild again today. Popping. Yes. Everywhere where I normally highlight. So I threw on the lip, and this is the final look.
You got to be seen green to show that your stuff's laid. If you're not seen green, you better be wearing a chain.
Thank you guys so very much for watching my video, for tuning in for another one, for another hit, for another banger. Yeah, let me know what you guys want to see. You know, that really helps me. Sometimes I get like a block, a creative block, and I don't know what looks to do. So it really helps to get feedback from you guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you thought of the process. If it's anything I'm doing too fast, anything that you specifically need help or more detail with, just let me know. You know, in the meantime, please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. You know, that's the only way that the family can grow, because if you guys share, pass it along, and all of that helps. It all helps me. It helps me help you. So please, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time for another one. Peace.